Hi guys! So today we're asking for the Earth Signs July 2025 reading. What can we know about love and career for the Earth signs? So we're going to do Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Everything's going to be time-stamped below in the description box. And so yeah, let's get into it. What can my Earth signs expect? Let's do Taurus first. So Taurus, you get to go first, especially because you were my last video in June 2025. So you guys get to go first. We'll go into love first, do that spread for Lenormand, clarify with tarot, and then we'll get into career, okay? Please don't forget to check out my channel too for more content. The shorts and the pick a cards are always super fun. The pick a cards take a lot out of me actually because like it's kind of intense to like connect for so long, but they're really good. Like I think that they're pretty precise. Okay, let's start. Taurus, what can you expect in love for July 2025? And if you're stumbling upon this video at another month, just apply it to your following month from where you're at. So you have the stars, the child, and the man. Pretty clear message here about a family. If you have a family dynamic, this is probably it. Very clear. Here sort of coming into alignment. If you're not and you're single and you don't have that family yet, it's about becoming very, very clear about what it is that you want. I think you're having sort of like an epiphany of either what it is that you want in the future related to family life, like your family life in terms of growing your own or, like creating your own, whatever that looks like for you. And so you're becoming very clear about that, whether it's something you want or something you don't want and what that looks like for you. You also might be a little bit nostalgic about things in the past related to your family life. If you already have your family together, then maybe reminiscing on the good times and like the good sort of moments that you've had, the happy moments that you've had in life related to that, and like the true love feeling and the being in love feeling, which again could be sort of in a romantic sense or even with children. When it comes to children, there's almost like this like being in love with them type like feeling, like it's a very sweet feeling, but you also obviously feel that traditionally with like a romantic partner, right? And so it's sort of this like in love, true love type feeling. But that's kind of what you're like, where your headspace is at. There's also this like energy of passion, and I feel like this month it's reignited within you, whether it's passion to create your own family and have a family, or passion about sort of re-engaging the family unit, having some time together, like picnics, right? Like going out on picnics or doing things that bond you and bring you together, planning a family reunion or doing a family reunion. It could also extend into extended family. I am sensing more of like the close unit family though. I wonder if that's all I want to say there. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's get some clarifiers. No, there was something else. Hold on. I also think you're going to be, or you have been thinking about where you fit in all this. Like, what is your role in the family unit? How are you able to be yourself, but also be part of a family and part of the family unit? Like, contribute to the family and the home life, but also be yourself. That's what I'm getting. Okay. That's what I wanted to say. So, okay, let's get some clarifiers. 9 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there is that last thing that I said about what your role is in terms of like the family dynamic, the home life specifically. How does your working life affect your family if you already have a family? If you don't yet have a family, you're sort of trying to figure out how your work life is going to affect or impact or has impacted you creating your own family. Like it's almost like having the home life, but also having the career at the same time. How do you balance the two? What is the connection there? How are you able to make both sides of your life sort of successful, right? And again, this could be if you already have your own family or if you're trying to create one. Like, do you need to take a step back? And also, I think the biggest question that it's going to ask you is, what is the priority in your life? Is it the career part, like the abundance part, the prosperity, the financial aspect, that purpose that you have, your calling? Or is your calling actually, in fact, those that depend on you, or those that you want to take care of, or the family that you sort of want to have, your dreams and aspirations for that? Because the stars, to me, always talk about our purpose in life. Like, what is it that we truly, truly want, and are we working towards that? Sometimes, and I will say this, sometimes we're a little bit confused. Sometimes we make our goals in life at such a young age where we outgrow those goals and we don't realize. And before we know it, we've been working so hard and so long on a goal that has expired and is no longer for us, because who we are now was not who we were when we created the goals. And so there needs to be like adjustments that need to be made throughout the course of like your goal attainment, right, in life. And this could be financial, or this could be in creating a home life, whatever that looks like for you. And so in this month, what I see for you, Taurus, in July 2025, is that you're sort of you're recounting what's transpired in the past and sort of creating your decisions based off of where you're at now, and kind of trying to align those things. But you're kind of in this space of trying to figure out where it is, in fact, that you are at now, and where to go from here. Because there's no turning back. This is my no turning back card. This is like you've gone so far, you cannot turn back around now. Like, there are decisions that were made in the past that you can't kind of turn back around from. But now it's kind of this reevaluation again of like you kind of moving forward. I see the Judgment card in my mind, even though it's not here, but that's the energy that I'm getting. It's like recalibrating your goals and your, what it is that you're working towards. I saw the Judgment card right now too as I was shuffling. Kind of weird. It'll come up if it comes up, if it needs to. Four of Cups. Nine of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. That's you, Taurus. You come up in your own reading. I've been having a lot of that. Actually, for all the air signs, someone, like, they all came up in their own reading. So this does not surprise me anymore, actually. It's 4 out of 4 for me. Queen of Pentacles. You're coming up in your own reading. And the Queen of Pentacles is like the caregiver, motherly energy. This could be also fatherly energy, but it's like a nurturing type energy specifically. It's the housewife card for me. If you are a housewife, you're sort of evaluating like the decisions that you've made and how that has impacted your career advancement, growth, and things like that. If you're wondering, because some of you, I feel this pretty strongly, might be wondering, did I make the right choices? That sort of thing. Don't waste your time there. Please don't waste your time there, because you can't go back on your decisions. Give yourself a limited amount of time. Designate an amount of time that you can go back and regret what you've done or said or whatever. That's okay. But give yourself a deadline of when you're going to be done with those feelings, and then move forward. Because you can't linger there. You can't. It's not healthy. 4 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. There's sort of this like blasé, like this sort of like apathetic feeling and emotions possibly to what you've accomplished. Like you feel like you didn't quite get there, or you haven't quite gotten what you had set out to do originally, or to create, or to make, or to have. Like you're close to the finish line, but you're not there. And it's what you wanted and what you worked towards, but you're having second thoughts about it. What can I say about that? Let me get more clarity. I'm already clear on the energy, but I kind of want an advice card here. So, because I do feel like you worked hard to be where you're at today, right? Whether that's in career or that's in love, either way, you've worked hard to be where you are, to create the home life that you wanted, or the career that you've wanted. And I don't know why career is coming up so strongly. This is a love reading, but I think it's somehow impacting your love life. But I think that like a wish did come true. Your wish in a sense did come true. Maybe it wasn't your first wish, or maybe it wasn't like the way you thought things were going to end up, or it didn't feel like the image that you had in your mind about what it was supposed to look and feel like, and what it actually looks and feels like are two kind of different energies. And you almost have this feeling of like, no, my dream didn't come true, but it did. If you're being honest with yourself, you will see that you sort of helped manifest this current situation that you're in now. Oh my gosh, so many cards. Can I have one, please? I'll take two, but there's like a lot. I know there's a lot. Okay. The tribe. That's so funny. And it has like a parent and a child here. Truth be told, oh my God, you guys, this is repeating the same message. Be honest with yourself, because again, even though you might feel, like I said, apathetic about your current situation, there is an element of a dream coming true here. Like you did get what you wanted, but not exactly in the way that you expected. So this is about having honest conversations and an honest dialogue with yourself. I don't see someone else necessarily as a part of this. I think eventually you'll need to communicate that if you're in a committed union or a relationship. Eventually you're going to need to communicate that to your significant other if it's a sort of partnership, and then sort of come to an agreement on how to make adjustments so that you are getting your needs and your wants met. But initially it starts with you, within you. You need to be very clear and very honest with yourself about what it is that you need and want now. But also I think it's calling for you to have a healthy amount of gratitude for the things that you did accomplish and the decisions that you did make. Because in the end, they are good decisions. And also you can't take them back, right? Like I think that they're, and I see good, happy energy here too. It's just sort of, you thought you were on the 9 a.m. train and you got on the like 8:45, which takes longer to get there and has more stops, but it's still the end. I don't know why I'm getting that analogy, but that's what it feels like. Like you got on the wrong train, but it still has the same destination. Yeah. The tribe. The tribe talks about family. It talks about, home life, definitely, but also extended family. But again, this is about connecting with the people in your life, priorities. And it talks about, I think in this context, it's about acknowledging your role within the family unit and whether you've maybe outgrown some of those responsibilities. But also if there's other parts of the responsibilities or duties in the home life that maybe would be better suited for you, whether that's going back into the workforce or that's and contributing more to the like abundance of the family, right? Or that's taking a step back and being a more present, sort of a larger presence within the home life and the family unit. I'm seeing families specifically when it comes to romance, Taurus. So I think they're very intertwined here, at least for this reading. Okay, so thank you so much for joining the love. Let's do your career. Very interesting to see actually what comes up for your career, because so much of it was kind of tied to your home life. So let's take a look. All right. So, what? I keep messing these up. Okay, sorry. So Taurus and career. What do we have for Taurus career, please? Oh, that's 1, 2, and 3. Career. So you have the cross, the ring, and the scythe. This is good. So I feel like that you've either been feeling guilty or ashamed or embarrassed about something recently related to your career. Maybe you have had a tough time finding a job that you either like or that you're qualified for, is what I'm getting. There could also be some level of embarrassment here. I don't know why I'm getting embarrassment. I don't normally get that with the cross, but I'm getting that pretty strongly. Or like, I almost want to say ashamed, but that's a little bit more of a deeper feeling, but that could potentially be also part of this. That's what I'm getting. But I see like a new start for you here, like a new possible either contract, like business contract, or a employer-employee relationship here. And it's sort of, you're going to be changing. This is changing. This is quick moving, fast-paced energy that changes. So there's going to be a sudden change here. I also feel like there's this energy of I was supposed to be successful at this, but I wasn't. That's where the embarrassment comes in. It's like it almost shows me like you were supposed to be successful, or you were geared up to succeed on a certain thing, whether it's a job or industry or some kind of project or work environment, but it didn't pan out the way that you thought. It didn't, like, it wasn't as successful. It didn't take off. You maybe didn't do a good job, or you felt like you didn't do a good job, or others think that you didn't do a good enough job of it. Like you weren't succeeding in that role or that position or that job or whatever that project is. And it doesn't necessarily need to be just financial or status. It's almost like even though you had the finances and the status, others didn't think you were doing a good job. That's what it feels like. But you're getting a new start. So don't linger with these feelings, Taurus, because there's going to be a change here. Oh my gosh, yes. Ace of Wands. That's what I felt. Ace of Wands, Justice, and the Two of Wands. You will be changing. This is a good new start for you. Something is going to be coming up pretty quickly, and there's going to be a sudden change, and it's going to give you kind of like very quick and fast-paced growth. You have the Ace of Wands and then growing into the Two of Wands. You've worked hard for this, whatever this is, and things just kind of take off and they grow. And you'd be surprised where you're at the beginning of July and then where you're at the end of July, because then again, this is only a month reading, right? So the progress that you make in this next month it's going to leave you in a completely different place than you've been. Like you're not expecting this. It's a very good, nice, happy surprise. But it's very just unexpected. It feels very unexpected. And this is like the universe working and conspiring in your favor, because I don't think you see this coming at all. I don't even think that it's on your radar. But it's sort of like karmic justice happening in your favor. The moon, see, you don't see this. You're not aware of this. It's not on your radar. Ten of Wands. So the moon, Ten of Wands, and the Two of Swords. Okay. So for the moon, again, I don't think that you necessarily see this coming. I don't think that it's a situation where this opportunity or this change is even on your radar. It might also even just be a situation where it's like there's a reorg or some kind of merger or acquisition that impacts you in a positive way, like very quickly though, and not in like a major way. I don't see you like leaving a job and getting another job like right away and it's like all of a sudden different and new and all this stuff, but I do see you starting something new, something different, and it being very, very sort of quick. Or stepping into like a new position or role very quickly and having to like deal with the responsibilities that comes with. It's going to be a little bit of a you're gonna you're gonna it's a big drastic change for you. So I don't know if like maybe you do go from being unemployed to having a job, and then all of a sudden you're kind of thrust into this position and you're like, oh my god, all hands on deck, right? Like you're kind of scrambling to get all everything together. But I do see sort of a heavy workload or a high amount of responsibility. Eventually I think you're gonna need to make a decision about whether to stay or look for something more or look for something different. But I don't see that happening in the month of July. In the month of July, there's not going to be enough information for you to be able to make an educated sort of decision on what to do here for this particular project. But I do see things turning around for you, it coming out of the blue, it elevating and growing into something more very quickly. And then sort of, it's, you know what it feels like? It feels like a wave. You know, like when you are in the water in the shore and like you're like, you see this big wave come at you and it like comes and goes before you even know it. And then there's a second one that's even bigger. And then it's just like peaceful. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? If it leaves you feeling kind of like that. The advice here is take it slow, breathe, pace yourself. Do what you can, but don't focus on the things that you can't control. And yeah, and I think that, again, the beginning of the month versus the end of the month is going to look significantly different for you. Let me get an advice card here for you. Which is really nice. Again, this is like an opportunity you don't see coming. It's something that's not on your radar. It's a gift. It's a gift from the universe because I don't know what good karma you have coming towards you, but this is good karma headed your way. I think you've put in a lot of hard work and effort into something that maybe didn't pan out, but something else is sort of presented to you and you're welcomed into a different space that's going to be fruitful for you. But there's decisions that need to be made about the longevity of this new project. So that's what I'm getting. Anyway, Taurus, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your July reading. Check out the channel for other content, and I wish you guys all the best. Let's jump into Virgo. Okay. All right, Virgo. What can we expect in love? Let's do love first. Virgo, and love. 1, 2, 3. We have the garden, the moon, and the child. There's a lot of there's this element of romance here. This feels very single energy. This feels very single, very not necessarily committed. If you're in a committed relationship, it's not really coming up here. I'm going to be honest. This is a singles read. So in the singles read, I feel like you're going to be dating. You're going to be in environments where you're going to be able to meet a lot of people. This could be social media, right? Because that's where we go to meet people. It could also be like the normal places that you actually would meet people in person, right? Bars, restaurants, dance classes, cooking classes, like other classes, any type of school or work or anything like that. Possibly not work, actually. I'm going to leave work out because this doesn't typically talk about work. It's more of the pleasurable places that we meet, the places we like to socialize in. Might be a work event, but it's not actual workplace like at your office, right? Or at your place of work, wherever it is that you work at now. I don't see that, but I do see you sort of being out there socializing and meeting people and possibly starting new romantic connections with a S at the end, plural. This is a very like single energy. But it's going to be very like you have plenty of opportunity here for romance. The moon talks about romance. The child talks about like new connections, new sort of being able to explore new connections. So that's what I'm seeing here. I also see like a younger space. So A, you're either going to be making connections or meeting people that are possibly younger than you. Or B, it's going to be a very young vibe. So places that have just like a younger vibe to them, a more fun vibe than, let's say, like like a fancier restaurant. I don't see necessarily that type of thing where you have like more put together, a more, put together place or ambiance. It's really more just like fun, like bar vibe or relaxed, baseball game type places, things like that. Sporting events even. Oy, this one. Oh. Page of Pentacles. Hanged Man and the Five of Pentacles. I don't see any one person standing out here, and that might lead to a little bit of disappointment. If you're single and you're looking for like a partner, like one specific partner, or even more like going deeper than that, like your soulmate or your one true love or your one, like your person, like you want to be in a relationship, this month may not be the one that, brings you your true love. It brings you opportunity, and it brings you like, it opens doors for you to like get back out there, especially if you've, recently gotten out of a relationship or out of a connection, or if you're looking actively to find connection with someone. I think that'll give you the opportunity to do that. But I don't see necessarily any one person coming here. And that might lead to a little bit of a disappointment, or maybe make you feel like you're not really quite understanding where it is that you should go to find someone that you would actually date. Because I do see you here also kind of reevaluating if this is the right approach or not. It's almost like you're getting, like if you just bought a membership to like an app or something, you might be getting a little bit of like cold feet about, seeing it through, or like, oh my gosh, this buyer's remorse. That's what I want to say. There's a little bit of buyer's remorse here. Yeah. There is this like sense, I want this one, of apathy. Yeah, this makes sense. So, it's almost like there's a lot of people in your environment, and there's possibility and opportunity, but I don't think you're really fully happy with the results. That's what it feels like. But I will say, oh my God, that with the Hermit here, I think you're kind of wondering if you have either missed an opportunity with someone or are missing an opportunity to meet someone great because you find yourself in all the wrong places. Like maybe it's not exactly leading to the place you want. Maybe the kind of person that you want is not the kind of person that would frequent the places that you're at, or the space that you find yourself in. And it could be just because like you're traveling to different places and you're not really able to meet someone in your city, like your hometown or where you live, or something like that. Or you're on the internet and they're just not really, it's not really giving you, the people that you want to meet, or there's no one really like that you're interested in. I do see you in your power, though. I do see you feeling good about yourself. Like, I don't think it very much feels like you and I both know you're not the problem. It's not because you're not getting out there or putting in the effort or doing this, that, or the other, or looking nice, or, whatever, fixing yourself up. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's for lack of trying. I think people are attracted to you. And there, like I said, there's opportunity. There's probably people trying to ask you out on dates or get to know you a little bit better, but it's no one that really sort of, that you connect with. That's what I'm getting. Can we get one more card? Yeah, because I think you're looking for the one person. I think you're looking for your counterpart. I think the expectation is that you're going to meet your other half. I feel this feeling of like, where is this other person? Where is my person? Where is my person? Like, why haven't I found my person yet? I don't see it happening July 2025, but I do see potential and opportunity. I do think, though, that whatever this is, whatever these opportunities are for you to like get out there, whether it is like networking events for work, even if that's what it is, or, speed dating, online dating, or just going out with friends and meeting people that way, I do see, or sports, like I said, hobbies and stuff, I do see it benefiting you. even if at the very least it's like a practice run before you meet your person, if that makes sense. But I think it is going to benefit you in some way. I don't think it's quite clear in the month of July why it's beneficial or why it's helping you, but I think if you give it a little bit of time, you'll see why this stage in your life or this phase in your life is sort of like was helpful, or why it was there, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what we have for love. Let's do career. What can Virgo expect in career? Okay. So we have the ring, the cross, the scythe. So the ring usually symbolizes like contracts or commitments. It can also talk about cycles. The cross talks about responsibilities, burdens, things like that when it relates to work. It can talk about other things like sadness or grief or things like that, but we're talking about business or career life. So it feels more like it has to do with workload, responsibilities, and duties, things like that, of that nature. And then the scythe can be timing in terms of like harvest, like something quick moving or fast moving, or it can cut whatever's in front of it, but there's nothing in front of it. So it's usually just, if it comes at the end of the reading, it just means quickly, or like, you know, something happening kind of fast. So I do see some kind of contract coming in quickly for you, but there's something that doesn't make you happy about it. So I don't know exactly why that would be. This is not bad news. This is not a message. This is not something that comes in that you learn. This is an actual offer. If you're selling something or buying something, there's an offer coming to you or a counter offer that doesn't satisfy your expectations for the business, for what you're trying to accomplish, if that makes sense. If it's an employment offer, it might be paying maybe less. Might be paying less than you expected, or it might not be the job that you wanted, and just kind of something for now. There's something, there's almost like, I don't want to say there's something wrong with the offer or with the yeah, the document, the contract, but it's something, it leaves you sort of unfulfilled in some way. The ball is in your court, though. There is something you can do about it. I think that there could, if it is an offer, you can counter. If it's a counter offer, you can stand your ground. So I don't think you're being forced into this situation. I think you have quite a bit of leeway here in gray area where you can sort of be more involved in the negotiation process. So for example, if this is an employment offer, and you want Sundays off, for example, and that's like a big deal because you have to go to church, or because you have, family responsibilities, or that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have a specific, like, no, I cannot work on Sunday. You need to make that clear. If this employer, like, mandates Sunday work or something like that, you need to make that clear. And you don't have to go to church, but just, for religious purposes or for whatever other reasons, like that's what I'm getting. If this is more of like something like where you want to have a job that gives you good work-home life balance, and this particular position is asking, sorry, that was my neck. If you heard that, I apologize. If like they're asking you to work weekends when you're typically used to working a 9 to 5, and that's like a big no-go for you, like you can just say like, no, I'm sorry. And it's okay to pass up an opportunity. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I do see the power that you have in this. It is a two-way street. You might see this organization or this person or whoever this is, whoever is sort of coming to you with this contract or this offer, as having like a one up on you for some reason or something, but they're not. You have a big say in this. It's up to you to decide what it is that you need, and you don't need to take anything less than what you're worth. So just remember to know your worth, know and verbalize your needs in this contract, because despite you being unhappy with it, you're going to be even more unhappy if you accept it under the terms that you already know are not for you. Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands, yep. Five of Wands, yep. And the Chariot. Again, if this impacts your home work or your work life, sorry, your home life, if this particular job impacts your home life, there's going to be conflict if you agree to this and you're not okay with it. So you need to verbalize your needs. This is very, I think it's pretty important that you don't sign on to something you don't want, or that you are not, that you know is going to get in the way later. Obviously, you know your situation better than, anyone. So if you absolutely need the money, just try to, but you have to take this job even though it's going to get in your home, get in the way of your home life. I think, it's fine. You get to make that decision. It's your call. But just, I would say, don't shy away from making your needs sort of known. It's asking you to make things go your way. It's asking you to put in the effort to try and move this forward in the direction that you want. Despite how you feel, it's almost like asking you to get out of your gut space, and no, I'm sorry, not your gut space, your heart space, and get in your head and be logical and rational about this. Be very businesslike about it, like take no prisoners. Do you know what I mean? Like, make sure that this company or this organization or this person, whoever you're dealing with here, is aware of your needs and what you're okay with and what you're not. You need to set a boundary. If after that they come back and they say no go, sorry, then obviously it's still your decision to sign on or not sign on. You know your position better than anyone. But at least you've taken the opportunity to make your needs heard, because that's what it's elevating here. And it will be a happy outcome. It'll still be a moment of celebration for you, but I think that you will have internal conflict if you don't speak up. You need to speak up. That's the message here. Because there might be some more wiggle room that you're not aware of. This other person might not be giving you their final end-all be-all offer, even if that's what you believe. There's a little bit more gray area there that you can kind of tap into. Okay, all right, yay. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope that was helpful. And let's move on to Capricorn. Okay, let's do Capricorn love. Ooh, I haven't shuffled yet, so I'm not taking these. Capricorn love. What can Capricorn expect in love in July 2025? Right, Capricorn love. Nope. 2025. July. Okay. So we have the significant other, the tree, and the ring. So if there is someone special in your romantic relationship, they're coming up here. This is an I'm taken, or I'm seeing someone, or I have a crush. There is a person of interest here that's coming up in your reading specifically. And I think you're trying to grow something with them. You're trying to sort of grow this relationship and elevate it to the next sort of level of commitment. If it's a crush situation, you're trying to sort of work towards getting to a place where you can start dating, go out on a date. If it's dating, going exclusive. If it's exclusive, getting into an actual relationship, like committed, and start building, and then engagement, marriage, whatever this is. Growing a family, if that's where you're at, or even just working on the partnership to continue to tap into that intimacy and growing that and keeping that sort of core strong. That's what I'm seeing. This, again, can also be growing into a family. I do see that with the tree. The tree talks about health and about the health of a relationship, right, in this context, but it's also about it reminds me of family and growing a family. So we have the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, This is a lot of grounded energy, which is good. Again, it's growing it into something more committed. In love, and also I get a strong sense of passion here as well. Like there's mutual, the feelings are mutual, the desires are mutual. Empress again. Okay, so if you guys are trying to have a baby, this is a very clear message because I've got it 3 times now. If you guys are trying to have a baby, those are the discussions that you're probably already had, I feel, and you're like trying. If that's the case, I do see potential for pregnancy this month, or moving that along, if that makes sense. Actually putting in the work to either get pregnant or have a baby or whatever that is, growing the family. It is coming up pretty strong. If it's newer, it could be discussions, right? Like either you or your partner start introducing the conversation of having a baby, adopting a child, maybe even having fur babies, right? Like starting out with having like, shared custody of a little dog or something like that. Or having that as a pet and then kind of growing the relationship forward. Even if you guys don't live together yet, that sort of thing. But I do see pregnancy. It's calling for pregnancy here. So if that's on the table, this is the month to do it, y'all. Or to talk about it or to get started, because it's also kind of in your favor. There's some momentum here. I do see momentum moving you forward in that area, in that space. It's a good omen. Even if it hasn't happened in the past, so even if you've been trying and now you're like, you've been trying for a few months and you haven't gotten anywhere, I think that turns around for you here in July 2025. 3 of Wands, 2 of Cups. You guys, this is a beautiful love reading. Good job, Cap. Wow. See, again, the doubles. I get the doubles all the time. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. This is also mommy, baby, daddy, right? Like, sorry, mommy, baby. Yeah, mommy, daddy, baby. That's what I see with the 3s. When I see 3s sometimes like this, and I get the Empress and I get like a strong relationship or strong union, which I'm getting here, and and then you get another 3, like, yes, I see you growing your family. I see 2 becoming 3 is the way that I see it. And again, when Spirit gives me 2 of the same card, what is it? It's them saying, yeah, I said what I said. You guys are growing. You guys are growing a family here. It's pretty clear. It's a clear message. I can't really expand too much on it, you guys. It's really just a story of like, if you guys have been trying in the past, you continue to try, and this month is it. Or this month is the month that you bring life into this world. Or this is the month that you advance to be able to adopt the child that you want to adopt. But the family unit grows from 2 to 3 is what I see. At least. If you already have 2 children, it grows to the 3rd child. And it doesn't necessarily need to be 3 exactly, right? But I do see something being added to the family unit here. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of stability here. This is a romantic connection. If you guys are just dating and just getting to know each other, you guys, I think, are both coming together and taking yourself, you and the other person, I mean, they're seeing you in a much more like beautiful, committed, long-term light, and you're seeing them like that, like potentially being like marriage material is what I see. It's almost like, it's not like they weren't taking you seriously before and all of a sudden they are now, but it feels like there's this, oh my gosh, how do I want to say this? There's this moment or this change in the wind that makes something that was like fun and exciting, like more serious. Imagine, like 2 people are like laughing and they're like, haha, having a good time. And they both realize the magnitude of the connection and the feelings that they're starting to feel for each other. and they're just smiling and staring into each other's eyes, and then they just stop smiling for a minute, for just a second, and they both have that realization, that like aha moment of, oh man, like I really like them. You know, it's mutual. It's like that. This relationship is going to grow in the month of July. It's going to go really, really well. It's going to bring you guys together. You guys are going to start bonding more if you haven't already. But this union becomes stronger. And again, and it grows here is what I'm seeing again with all of the threes. There's one last thing I want to say about this, but just give me a second. I think it is a time of welcoming happy times, harmony, and prosperity into your romantic relationship, into your love life. I see like peace. Like I see peace and I see harmony. So again, if there had been troubles in the past, and I don't see them being significant troubles and problems, right? I don't see like very difficult problems. I see challenges, but those are overcome. And if they've already been overcome, now you're finally reaching that season of like harmony, like actual harmony and peace. And just, it's just like celebratory sort of energy. It's a very sweet, very, very sweet, very pink energy. You might be having a girl, if that's the case, or wanting a girl. So, okay, that is what I have for you guys for Capricorn for love for July 2025. Let's move on to career. Wow, your love message is really beautiful, by the way, you guys. That's like, I don't get messages like that all the time. It's really cute. Really, really sweet energy. What am I doing? Oh, Capricorn career. Sorry, it threw me off because it's like, it's sweet energy and it's difficult to like sometimes like energetically go from like this feeling to like, okay, next one, right? Like it's kind of like, it's not as easy as turning a page in a book. It's like, it's a lot. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. Capricorn career. What can Capricorn expect in their career in July 2025? Okay. And one more, please. So we have the Scythe, the Tower, and the Child card for a career. You might be leaving your current employment for a new opportunity, or ending a contract with someone, or ending a project and starting something new and looking at like new prosperous horizons. Something that you had some stability in. I'm not going to say it was like a place that you thrived at, because I don't get that, but I do see a place where you were comfortable, where the money was okay, but it was stable. It was consistent maybe. But you're leaving that behind for something maybe a little bit more volatile, but something more that maybe aligns with your passions is what I'm getting. Also something that might make better use of your brain power. I don't know why I'm getting that as well. Like it might be a little bit more mentally challenging, but you're kind of doing away with this other space that you were in, this other project that you worked on, or position you were in. Yeah, starting, see, you're ending something, starting something new. I get that too with the Fool and the Child. They're very similar in terms of energy, right? Like taking a leap of faith, you know, starting something new. I'm not going to take these. That sort of thing. I want this one too. I don't know why. Wow. So remember I was just saying about using your brain a little bit more? That's what I'm getting here. It's either there's a degree or a certification or some kind of education or experience that you have that you weren't maybe quite able to use in your position that you're leaving or project that you were leaving. And so now you kind of want to start using it, and that's what's kind of making you move in the direction of this other thing. That is what I'm getting. And it is, again, following your passions, because I do see you sort of being an expert in your field. Excuse me. I sort of see you being an expert in your field, or having like a high level of knowledge or experience or something in what you're at, you know, in the industry that you're in, or in this other thing. But those skills and that skill set, that knowledge, that experience wasn't being used in your current job or project, whatever you worked on. But I do see you moving away and ending that in July and moving towards something that's more that you like, that you sort of studied for, worked hard for, that you're interested in, that you're genuinely interested in. And this is a rational decision, I think. I think it's good, but I think that there is also a need or a calling here for you to... It's good to have faith, and it's good to make this leap, and I think it could work out for you. But don't get arrogant about it. There's a request here from Spirit to do it, but in a humble way or in a kind way. Don't burn bridges, is what it's saying. Don't burn bridges. Be kind. Be humble. And don't do anything that you can't take back. Whether it's say something you can't take back or do something you can't take back, as it relates to this particular organization that you've been sort of connected to for a while now. It's saying to be kind, walk away. And if they do anything sort of sneaky or, you know, if they're not very nice to you because they know you're leaving, you put in your 2 weeks notice, for example, and then they start acting like jerks and they cut you out of your computer and then like they kick you out early or something, don't retaliate. Let things go. You start new because you're on this new path. So just focus on the good and let the bad stuff just kind of go away. Don't let bygones be bygones, basically, is what I'm saying. But you, I think that, again, I'm getting very strongly to act humble. Don't act arrogant. Don't say or do anything that, like, no actions, no words that you're going to regret or that could get you into trouble or anything like that. Don't retaliate. And be kind. Don't burn bridges. Again, that's what I wanted to say. I said it earlier, but I want to say it again. Okay. Pentacles. Lots of people in your reading. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, and the King of Cups. This change is going to make you very emotionally happy. I do see that. But you also need to keep your cool. Because I don't know why I'm getting this, that they're going to be a little bit mean about letting you go, or this change, or whoever this team is. There's something like people are not going to be kind, or they're not going to see you in the best light. But don't let that impact you or affect you, and don't let it rock you emotionally, and you just have to kind of rise above it. You know, like, was it Michelle Obama that would say, I think I remember something like, when they go low, we go high, is what she would say to Barack. I'm all on a first name basis, like I know them, right? Like, Barack, this is what Michelle used to tell Barack all the time. Anyway, I think it was like a quote in one of their books, in one of their like biographies or autobiography or something, where people are going to attack you. They're going to say mean things. They're going to be they could be toxic, right? Toxic behaviors or whatever. Especially in the workplace, there's always like, water cooler gossip and chat, whatever. But there's something, I think, that sort of is done or said intended to anger you, intended to get a rise out of you, is what I'm seeing. And what it's telling you here, what the advice is here, is don't listen. Like, let it go. When they go low, meaning when they hit you below the belt, right? We go high, meaning you rise above it. You don't sink to their level, and you just let it go. You continue to, like, chin up and continue to walk your path. Don't worry about what these other people have to say, or the naysayers, right? The haters. Like, don't let them worry you. The reason here too is because you don't know everything about it. It's almost like them getting a rise out of you is intentional in some way. And I don't know why. There's something that they're hiding, or something that, like, there's a malice here. I do see a malice here. I don't like to say that because anyway, there is a malice here that they're trying to get a rise out of you. Just don't feed into it. And don't burn bridges either, please. Like, don't burn bridges and don't retaliate. Just let it go. Just walk away, right? When they go low, we go high. So that's what the advice is here. Don't let it rock your boat. You stay steady. You stay steady in your beliefs and your convictions, and just move forward. And Capricorn, you're great at doing this, really. Like, oh, by the way, isn't Michelle Obama a Capricorn? She is, because Barack is a Leo, I think. You guys need to look that up, and you guys need to tell me in the comment section, because I want to say she is. That's so crazy. I didn't think about it, but she is a Capricorn. Anyway, sorry. Totally good. Like, sidetracked. My point is this. Yeah, you hold on to your own. Like, you stick, you know what I mean? Like, you stay in your convictions. When they go low, we go high. Okay? That's the advice for you here. All right, Capricorn. Well, best of luck in July 2025. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the other videos on my channel for other stuff. And I'm so grateful to have you guys here. If you made it here all the way to the end, put some kind of emoji in the comments so that I know. And I will talk to you guys next month. Take care. Bye.